Earlier today, I was on a conference call with about 150 people, maybe a little less, 147, 148 people. And we were being trained on a new system. And it was very technical in nature. And the person who was leading this was on a Zoom call. Person who was leading this was it wasn't scripted. It was just kind of off the cuff. And as this person was describing what was going on, her voice was just kind of like so, as she was describing each procedure and what to do next. And then we were trying to follow the cursor because this was technical in nature and software. And the cursor was moving around almost like a fly. You couldn't see it, and a little tiny cursor on a screen. And it was just moving so quickly that it became very distracting. But even more distracting was the fact that we could, at the end of each sentence, it would just kind of fall around. So it's like we were catching the start, but not the end of each phrase. And so as you're trying to think about what she meant to say, the cursor was moving on to a new part of the presentation. Well, this went on for 3 hours. And by the time the third hour had expired, so were we pretty expired. It was pretty taxing. The reason I bring this up is, there's so many ways that we use our voice that has great effect on people. And when we are in a teaching mode or training or even just explaining something to another person, if we mumble, if we let our sentences fall off, if we don't have a clear voice, if our voice is not seated deep into our diaphragm, if we kind of have a voice that's maybe not as strong as it ought to be, or if we speak in questions, and I think you know what I'm talking about. There are a number of people who, when they'll make a statement like it's a beautiful day, but they'll say it's a beautiful day. It's like, what are you saying? Some people just speak in question marks. It's confusing. And anything that's confusing, that's distracting. And one of the points of the T-Man sound method is we don't want distractions, no distractions from the message we're trying to get across to our audience. So I thought I would share that with you this evening. I spent 3 hours today being distracted because I couldn't understand what was being said. And then what I was viewing was so distracting because it happened so fast that it was impossible to put the words with the new information with what was happening on a screen. So I felt like I lost 3 hours today. I do know how to log into the website that we were learning about, so all was not lost. Talk to you again.